Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you exclusive tips on the packaging you need to start off your business successfully. Packaging doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You just need to know the right place to go and get your packaging and the right type of packaging you need for your products. So before we get into this video, I just need to give you a little background about myself. I make and sell hair and skincare products over on monelpura.com. I will leave the link to my website in the description below. So let's dive into this video. So tip number one, before you go out and buy any packaging, you need to think about what you're going to be making. Is it going to go into a jar? Or is it going to go into a bottle? Or is it both? So once you have an idea of what it is you're going to be making, and then you can go out and get the packaging that you need, the containers that you need. I would say don't go out and buy 50, buy 100. Buy one or two, have a look at it, test it out, and then see which type of packaging are they going to fit into. And once you've gotten all of that sorted out, and then you can get the packaging from Amazon. So once you have a rough idea of what your packaging, what you're going to be packaging of product is going to look like, and the shape of it, and then you can go on to Amazon and look for the type of packaging that you would use to be able to send them to your customer in. I would say don't buy a lot, just get a few, try it out and see if the product will actually fit into that packaging. So tip number two is, what are you going to be packaging the items in? I've got a few examples that I can show you with what I use to send my products to my customer when they do buy products from me. So depending on the size really of what I'm sending, I will either post in one of these bubble mailers, these bubble envelopes. If they usually buy just one item, I would, for example, like this will fit into this envelope, so I would tend to ship it in this envelope. If, let's say, for example, they buy 2 or 3, then I would post it in a box. And these boxes are not that expensive. You can get them from Amazon really cheap, and I think this size is 6 by 6 by 6 inches. You can get them really inexpensive from Amazon as well. Another thing that you also need to think of is, especially if you are posting your product in glass bottles or glass jars, I would suggest you get some bubble wraps such as these. They come in handy. And trust me, the postal service at times are not kind to moving our packaging around. So you want your products to get to your customer intact. So I would say invest in this. They're not that expensive. And you can get maybe like a roll for about £1 or £2. It just depends on where you're getting them from. And also what you can also use to cushion the box as well is papers such as these. They're not always necessary, but I would advise getting some. I usually don't buy mine because I get a lot of my delivery from Amazon, and Amazon's always shipping my delivery in this paper, so I just keep them and I just reuse them. Yeah, and another thing that you can do, it's not necessary, but if you want to be fancy, is use shredded papers or crinkled papers. So you can add this in your packaging just to make it look pretty when your customer does receive it, and give them just that little bit of a special experience shopping with you. So those are kind of the main packaging that you need really if you're just thinking of starting off your business. Another thing that I want to touch on is what method are you going to use to post this item to your customers. And it's really important that you do your research. Depending on whichever country you're in, do your research. I live in the UK, so therefore I tend to gravitate towards Royal Mail. And with Royal Mail, you can just walk into the post office with your package with the address already on it, and they will process it and send it to the customer for you. But that will cost you £3.50. However, sometimes I sell through Etsy, so depending on where you're selling from, that company might have a printing service as well, a label service. So you can use them, and you can buy your postage from them, and they tend to be a little bit cheaper because on Etsy, I think it costs about £2.95 to be able to post the item to the customer. And the one benefit of that is that you don't have to go to the post office and stand in the queue to have your item posted or scanned and posted, because you've already done that process already at home. So you can just walk in and drop off the parcel. But personally, I tend to go in the queue, get to the counter, have my parcel scanned and given the receipt, because there have been times that the item that I've sent to the customer didn't get there, or it's damaged, or it's broken, and I need to claim compensation for the item. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think Royal Mail will only give you compensation for that item if you actually have a proof of postage, which is the receipt from the post office. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is the case. So stay in the queue, wait in line, and get your receipt, because that will come in handy when you do need to make a compensation or make a claim. So I think that's it for now, and if you like this video and it's informative enough for you, please subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get the channel up to 100 subscribers, and I'll be really grateful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.